All right, we've got this question here. It says, a financial institution pays 10% interest compounded monthly. How long will it take for 3,000 to grow to 9,000 kwacha? So, colleagues, what is interest? What is simple interest? Whenever we hear the word interest, what comes to our minds? No one has. You've never borrowed money from someone and they say you're going to put some interest when you're paying it back. I believe all of us have done that or have encountered that. What is interest? It is the cost of borrowing from the person who's borrowing, and from the lender's side, mhm, it's a return. It's a return to the lender. So now, okay. So interest is not only when you borrow someone money, then sometimes even when you put money in a bank, okay, that money will earn some interest. Okay. So that's basically is the profit you get from borrowing someone money, or is the profit you get when you invest or save your money also. Okay. Now, what's the difference between simple interest and compound interest? For simple interest, it's only calculated on the principal. Okay, remember, colleagues, the principal is the amount you invest or the amount you've given someone to borrow. Okay, simple interest is just calculated only on the principal. Now, compound interest, this is interest calculated both on the principal and also on the interest that is earned. So basically, it's interest on interest, basically. Okay, you're not earning interest just only on the principal, but you're also earning extra interest from the interest you got. Okay, so simple interest is just based on the principal. Compound interest based on the principal and the interest you earn. Okay, you are earning interest on the principal and also interest on the interest you earn. I will send you a video where I show a practical illustration to show the difference. Okay, but just remember that. Okay, simple interest on the principal, compound on the principal and the interest. Any questions, colleagues? So this is the formula for compound interest. A, this is the amount you're going to make after some time. Okay, the total amount you make equals P. P basically, this is the principal, the money you put in, open brackets, 1 plus R to the power T. Now, since it's compounded, so the rate has to be divided by the number of compoundings. And the time also needs to be multiplied by the number of compoundings. So since this interest is compounded monthly, okay, so n is going to be equal to 12, okay, because the interest is compounded monthly. If it was compounded yearly, or annually, then n equals 1. If it's compounded semi-annually, because these questions, they like to change. Sometimes they'll tell you it's compounded semi-annually, monthly. So semi-annually, n is equal to 2. Okay. Remember, the conversion factor here was just the conversion factor over here. Okay. If it's monthly, 1 year is equal to 12 months. That's why n is equal to 12. If it's yearly or annually, 1 year is equal to 1 year. Semi-annually, it's like you have to divide the year by 2. You'll be paid twice in a year, basically, interest. If it's quarterly, a year has got 4 quarters. N equals 4. So here, since this interest is compounded monthly, so each month you are getting interest. Okay. But it doesn't mean each month you're getting 10%. No. Okay, this 10% is going to be spread out through the 12 months. Okay. Doesn't mean each month you're getting 10%. No, the 10% will be spread out. That's why we're dividing it by 12. Okay. Yes. Now, in this question here, they want us to find the time because we've got all these values. We want to find out how long it would take was for our 3,000 to grow to 9,000. Okay. So first thing you can do is you can plug in the values. Okay. Our A, which is basically the money that will accumulate, our total value is 9,000. Our P is the amount we've put in, the principal, 3,000. 1 plus R. R is 10%, convert it into a decimal, 0.1. Divided by N is 12 to the power T. And again, we have a 12 on top. N is 12. So to the power 12T. Okay. First things first, put in your values. Okay. The other way you can do it, if you can change the subject of the formula, make T the subject of the formula, then do that. But usually this way will be easier for you to remember. Because that formula will be kind of difficult to memorize. All right, so first things first, let's just simplify our x. We simplify, so we say 9,000 equals 3,000. What is 0.1 divided by 12? 1.008. 0.008. 0.00833. Okay. the power 12t. So this 0.0083 multiplied by 100. Yeah, so each month they're getting 0.83% interest. Okay. Since, as I said, this compounded month, it means each month you're getting paid interest. Okay. And that interest is being calculated on your principal and the interest that you've earned. Okay. So each month you'll be getting paid 0.83% interest. So 1 plus 0.0083, you get 1.00833, the power 12t. Okay, so what we can do, we can get rid of these 3,000s, okay, so that we make our the problem easier. So you divide by 3,000 here, you divide by 3,000 here. So this 3,000 goes, this 3,000 goes. 9,000 divided by 3,000, you get 3. Equals 1.00833. So now here, what must happen is, because our t is in an exponent form, okay, we need to remove it from an exponential form so that we bring it into a non-exponential form so that we can get the value of t. So the way you do it, okay, whenever the subject of the formula you're looking for is in the exponent, to bring the exponent down so that's no longer an exponent, you add the natural log on both sides. All right. So these 3 here, you say the natural log of 3, natural logarithm of 3. This 12t, since we've put in the natural logs, comes here. So this becomes 12t. Then you put the natural log of 1.0083. So I repeat myself again. The subject of the formula in this question is in the exponent, is in the power. So we need to remove it from the power. So the way you remove it from the power, you introduce the natural log. Okay, on both sides, on the left hand side and on the right hand side. So the moment you introduce this natural log into the equation, this 12t, which is an exponent, becomes a normal number. Any questions? So let's get our calculators. Okay, on your calculators, just look for where it's written ln. Okay, ln, natural log. Okay, you say natural log of 3, ln 3. Type it in your calculators. What are we getting? I'm getting 1.0986. Then you also get the natural log of 1.0083. get 0.00829. Colleagues, have we tried this in our calculators? Are we getting the same values? Are we all finding the natural log on our calculators? Or are you having a difficulty finding it on your calculator? Madam Raquel, Madam, oh, I don't know, Madam Njovu, Mr. Godfrey, Madam Lily, Madam Purity. Have we found the natural log on our calculators? Because if you don't find it on the calculators, then this in the exam, you don't know where to put it. In the exam, it means you just have to end here because you can't guess the natural log of 3. Uh-huh. Okay. When you have a chance, okay, you should try in your calculators. Okay, we got 0.1. You're finding 8.333. Mm, we're also finding the same. 0.1 divided by 12. Yeah. Yes. Me, I'm getting 0.0. Hmm. Madam, that calculator you're using, huh? Ah, there's a negative there. You're forgetting that there's a negative power there. Isn't there a negative power there on your calculator? Isn't there 8.333 to the power? Then there's a times 10 to the power 03. Yes, that negative power is, since there's a 3 to the power negative 3, it means 1, 2, 3 decimal places. Okay. Yes. So that negative 3 is the same as 0.0083. Okay. That's because of the negative power. Just telling you that that's in scientific notation, basically. Okay. It's another way of representing, but it's the same 0.00833. Unless if your calculator was just giving 8.33 and there's no power attached to it, then there I would say, okay, your calculator has a problem. So your calculator will do that. It will give you a number, but take note of the negative power there. Okay. Take note of the negative power. Since it's to the power 3, okay, and here we've got 0.00833, okay. As I said, 1, 2, 3 steps, or just think of it like this. There will be 3 zeros before your first non-zero number. That's why it's to the power negative 3. Okay, colleagues? There will be 3 zeros before your number. Okay? For example, if you have 1.2 to the power negative 3, or let's say that's 0.2 to the power negative 3, not 0.2, 2, sorry. 2 to the power negative 3 just means there'll be three zeros before your 2. It will be 0.002. 2, 2 times 10 to the power negative 3. Sorry, not 2 to the power negative 3 will give you 1 over 8. Yes. 2 times 10 to the power negative 3, it just means three zeros before your number. Okay, so on your calculator, it's 8.33 to the power times 10 to the power negative 3. I hope, yes, 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 yes. So just next time, so that you know what it means, colleagues, okay? If you see times 10 to the power negative 3, just means three zeros before your number. I hope that's clear, colleagues. Okay, we're still solving for t here. 12 times 0.00829, what do we get? I'm getting 0.0, yes, t. So you put a t here. So we need to find the value of t. Just divide both sides by 0.0099948. So 1.0986 divided by 0.09946. What value are we getting? It should take a long time, huh?